Hello, this is Muddo, and I'm at the playground, so it's going to be a little bit noisy. But today, a tutorial. I'm going to make the Colorado state flag, and we're going to use the magic circle. Thanks to Jason, I think it's Piet. I hope I pronounced your name right. He's on Flickr, featured on the Brothers Brick. He made this thing called the magic circle, and that's what I'm going to go over today, is the magic circle and some little modifications I made to it. So if you look at this is 2 layers using the magic circle. And Jason's version is the big outer diameter one. But if I won't take that one off, let's take a different one off. Let me pop one of these little guys off. Alright, so Jason did something pretty magical, which is, if you realize you had a 45 degree, if you take 45 into the 360 degrees of a circle, you get 8. And Lego works really well with 8. And so if you butt a 45 to a flat shape 8 times, you always get a nice circle. And so, starting with this 2 studs wide square, and you're always going to alternate the triangles and add 1 stud for each level. Facing left, facing right, add a stud. Facing left, 2 studs, face it the other way, 3 studs, face it the other way, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 4, 8, sorry, 6, yeah, plus that, 7 plus 1 is 8, and so you have 9, and you want an odd number, so that you come in at the very end and you use a curved slope piece. These are the 3 wide, tile, 3. And I thought, what a great system, because you can keep shrinking it or growing it as you need. So right here with a 3, there's not really a slope piece for that, so the next one up is 5. So for my smaller circle, I went 5 across. That's the right color, the rest of these aren't. Luckily there's Bricklink. And the cheese slope is in there because a tile or a plate will hit. But a cheese slope just happens to have the right proportions to do a reverse. And you get that in there. So if you think about it, 1, 2, 3, maybe you do this in a flat tile, or if you go 4, you could have 2 of these side by side if you wanted to stop there. 5 is where I stopped. 6, probably those taller ones that are 3 would work right there, and so on and so forth. So to each level you could probably find a nice curved slope to finish that off. And I'm using Technic pins because the cheese slope does not fit in there if you're going 1 thick. But yeah, if you want perfect little things, I could have made it a lot deeper, but for this flag I only want it 1 deep. So reverse Technic pin, half pin, makes little studs. And they're always a little bit visible, but at this scale it's not too bad. So then the big question is, how are you going to hold these things together? And Jason, I think, used a bunch of system stuff with the clips on plates to get a ratcheting angle. I did away a lot with that, and I came up with my own answer. This is where it gets kind of cool. These little guys the Technic pin molded into a brick. You probably are used to car wheels having that. But if you look and you see wherever there's a space, I thought if you move this around, you might be able to find a way to use lift arms or Technic lift arms to hold it really tightly together. And these are really in there. I have to really smush them hard in order for these to click. So in this pattern, it alternates from one corner to midway, close to the corner to about there, every other. And in every other one, it's the same position. 3 in, brick, slope. 3 in, brick, slope. 3 in, brick, slope. So this combined with this, make sure it doesn't move, and then every other one is just a little further out. And then this one is just a bit different because I split these in half. So I stopped halfway and continued it on in order to get the C for the Colorado flag. And then there's a yellow circle, and there's no inverse beautiful slope you could do, so that's why I went with the stack to cheat it, thinking 3-dimensional layers. So I think this is pretty inventive. Uses a lot less parts, grips really well. It's Technic, so you know it's bulletproof. You know, you're not gonna wind up accidentally messing with it. And these are 2x2s. That's how I get these guys on top of these guys. All right, let's look at the flag itself here. So it's just a huge whomping sheet, 90-degree snot brick. You can just see lots and lots of regular system brick. I'm putting tiles on the end. I flipped it on the other end. And this is where the magic happens. In order to make it rigid, these are ones, 1 thicks, and then 2 thicks for ridges every once in a while. And just double reinforced here where the 2 parts come together. And then going double in every once in a while. And there's 2 Technic pins that hold the Colorado stuff on. And those are reinforced. So nothing too crazy there. Just kind of a matter of sitting at a table and just blasting out hundreds and hundreds of 2x4s, 1x4s, 1x2s, so on and so forth. And in there's a little bit of an offset where I'd use plates. I'd move it 1 plate to the side. So because it's windy today, let me put a water bottle here. Oh, finishing touch. Totally forgot. Gotta have a little finishing touch. So I'm gonna do that. A little radar dish just to cover it up. And all of this being symmetrical means I don't have to stud it in. All I have to do is keep pressing and pressing and pressing until it's set in there. That gets it centered. If you look at the midline that runs zigzag, this pin right here is right in the middle of that circle. So in order to make sure it's level, that was my set point. And then I knew I was going to have to, I could have done it here and here with 4 attachments, but 2 was strong enough. And here we go. Click. And presto blammo, there is the Colorado state flag with a little bit of missing color, but I think you get the point. Using standard blue, not the dark blue, which really is the flag because I can't afford that, but just using all of my blue brick, which I have a lot of, solved, Technic on there. Let's take a look from the side. And you can see the sight lines are pretty good. You don't see the Technic until you really move hard to the side, in which case the jig is up anyway. But at show, or when someone's just trying to view it casually, I think it's pretty clean, very snotty, very slopes on top, slot. And yeah, that's the walkthrough, the magic circle. Keep shrinking it or growing it. If you want to make the Starship Enterprise saucer section, that'd probably be a great way to do it. Just keep layering it up and being creative. See you later. Greetings from Colorado.